This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And now the details. Young woman whose baby reportedly died at the Spanish Town Hospital urging health authorities to thoroughly investigate hospital operations. Shanique Armstrong, the 26-year-old woman who reportedly lost her newborn at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine recently, is urging the health authorities to thoroughly investigate the operations at the hospital. Armstrong says her newborn baby died at the Accident and Emergency Department of the hospital after she delivered the baby herself. She says this is the second case where she lost a baby at the hospital. Several persons have taken to social media saying they have also had unpleasant experiences at the hospital. Armstrong says that such incidents cannot continue to happen. She says health authorities must visit the hospital and speak with patients about their experiences. Meanwhile, the Board of Southeast Regional Health Authority says it has requested a full report about the incident. It says a full report is expected no later than tomorrow. The organization said, based on preliminary findings, Senior Medical Officer at the Spanish Town Hospital, Dr. Jacqueline Wright James, said clinical procedures were followed. Armstrong is urging that security footage be accessed to assist in the investigation. Woman dies, 9 injured in Bogwalk crash. A woman died this morning following a collision involving a motor car and a minibus along the Bogwalk Gorge in St. Catherine. The deceased has been identified as 59-year-old Valerie Ennis of White House Housing Scheme in Linstead in the parish. Ennis was traveling in the minibus, which plunged into the Rio Cobre during the incident. She was pulled from the river by men at the scene, but was later pronounced dead. The police said 9 other people were taken to hospital after the incident, which occurred at about 9. JP under probe for having 14-year-old girl as bartender. A St. Andrew-based Justice of the Peace, JP, is now the subject of an investigation by the police after it was discovered that she had a minor working in a bar she operates. The girl, who is now 17 years old, has claimed that she had been working in the bar since she was 14. Under Section 34 of the Child Care and Protection Act, no person shall employ a child who has attained the age of 13 years, but who has not attained the age of 15 years in the performance of any work other than in an occupation included on the list of prescribed occupations, consisting of such light work as the minister responsible for labor considers appropriate for the employment of any child of the age referred to. In addition, the legislation states no person shall employ a child in the performance of any work that is likely to be hazardous or to interfere with the child's education or to be harmful to the child's health or physical, mental, spiritual, or social development, or in night work or an industrial undertaking. But a source said that the girl, who was stopped in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, by the police recently and charged for breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act as she was not wearing a mask in public, claimed that she has been a bartender for some 3 years. In the process of issuing her summons to attend court, the police were told that the girl did not have any form of identification with her. She told the cops that she was employed and could call her boss to identify her. When the employer arrived at the police station, she declared that she was a JP as she sought to have the girl released in her custody. But investigators had the girl call her mother to come to the station. When the mother arrived, she told the police that her daughter ran away from home when she was 14 years old. According to the mother, months later she saw her daughter again when she was taken back home by the JP. But it did not take the child long to again run away from home and return to a premises next door to the JP's business place, where she lived with a man and worked as a bartender. We discovered that there were times when the JP did not pay her, as she claimed the bartender was short of the cash she should have. The child was not attending school during this time, as she worked full-time with the JP, the source said. According to the source, the JP was already the subject of an investigation, as her licensed firearm had been taken by someone she was connected with and used in the commission of a crime. It is not yet clear if she will face criminal charges, but I expect that she might lose her commission as a JP, added the source. Embattled MP George Wright back in Parliament. Westmoreland Central Member of Parliament George Wright is back in Gordon House. He sat briefly on opposition benches this afternoon, minutes before Gender Affairs Minister Olivia Grange made her contribution to the sectoral debate. Wright's leave of absence from the House of Representatives was scheduled to end in 13 days. He resigned from the ruling Jamaica Labour Party on Friday, completing his formal separation from the party on whose ticket he won election into Gordon House in last September's general election. But 7 months into his highest political job, the businessman became embroiled in an assault scandal over allegations that he was the man in a video beating a woman with a stool in Hanover. Wright has not denied being the person battering the woman said to be his common-law partner. Kingston security guard freed of gun charges. Kingston security guard Siobhan Mitchell has been freed of gun charges after the court found discrepancies in the case. Mitchell, 27, who is from a Smith Lane address, was found not guilty of illegal possession of firearm and illegal possession of ammunition in the gun court on Friday. Mitchell was arrested on September 18 last year on Smith Lane after the police said a team that was on patrol reportedly searched him and found a Taurus 9mm pistol with 12 rounds of ammunition. The security guard, who had denied the allegations, was vindicated based on the testimony of a resident who had recorded the incident on his cell phone. The video, which was presented in court, highlighted several contradictions to the testimony of police personnel. Cross-examination from Mitchell's lawyer, Richard Lynch, also revealed several discrepancies between his client's testimony and that of the police. Consequently, Lynch argued that the weight of each discrepancy may vary, but the magnitude of the cumulative effect of all the discrepancies could not be ignored. After considering all the evidence before the court, the judge found Mitchell not guilty. Charges pending against suspects in fatal Spring Peace gun attack. The police are reporting that the men held in connection with a gun attack that left 2 dead, including a soldier, and a 3rd injured, are being questioned with a view of laying charges. The suspects were arrested on Sunday, a day after the incident which happened in Spring Peace District in St. Anne. Those killed are 25-year-old Leighton Sinclair, a Jamaica Defense Force private, and a 38-year-old mechanic Devoy Webb, both of Spring Peace District. The police report that about 11:20 p.m., residents heard explosions and summoned them. On the arrival of the police, both men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were pronounced dead at hospital. The police say a probe was launched and the 3 men taken into custody 24 hours later. According to the police, during the search for the men, a Glock 49mm with 11 rounds of ammunition was seized in Parry Town, St. Anne. Man killed in St. James crash. 57-year-old Hugh Archer of Askanish District in Hanover died from injuries he received in a motor vehicle crash in St. James. The crash occurred at the intersection of Bogue Hill Road and AGS Coombs Main Road on Monday. The police report that about 9:40 a.m., The driver of a Mazda Demio motor car, in which Archer was a passenger, lost control of the vehicle and collided with a Toyota Hilux motor truck, which was traveling in the opposite direction. The police was summoned and Archer was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. 48 new cases of COVID-19, 3 additional deaths. Jamaica has recorded 3 more COVID-19 deaths, pushing the tally to 974. The deceased are a 79-year-old woman from Trelawney, a 77-year-old man from Portland, and a 66-year-old female from Clarendon. 1 more case has been recorded as a coincidental death, increasing the tally to 144. And 2 more fatalities are under investigation, moving that figure to 147. Meanwhile, there were 48 new cases with ages ranging from 1 to 96 years, pushing the total to 49,031, with 21,034 being active. Of the new cases, 27 are men and 21 are women. Kingston and St. Andrew account for the majority of the new infections, with 26 cases being recorded. A total of 1,098 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 10.2%. In the meantime, there were 217 new recoveries, increasing the total to 26,641. Some 139 people are in hospital, with 31 being moderately ill and 6 critically ill. 4 people are in government quarantine, while 36,151 are at home. And those were the stories making the news. Stay safe and have a pleasant evening. This is the Hummingbird News Channel, where we keep you up to date with news from across Jamaica. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell so you can keep up to date with our new uploads. Until next time, be the change that you wish to see in the world.